Hey everybody, welcome to Vic's Bricks. I want to talk about a subject that many of us could relate to, and that is the AFOL community, aka adult fans of Lego. Basically, we're just a bunch of adults, full-grown adults who enjoy playing Legos as we did when we were kids. It's very nostalgic to us, and we're a big community. And because of the AFOL community, Lego has basically released a bunch of sets for us adults. And the cool part is all of us have like a cool, unique story to tell. How we got involved in, our fandom of Lego, why we love it, and basically, yeah, I wanted to share my story about it. Basically, my story is a bit unique because I actually, I'm an immigrant. I originally I was born in the Soviet Union, basically the last year, when the Union broke up. So I was born 91. And in 93, my parents immigrated to the United States. And as being an immigrant in the early 90s, when you have siblings, it's not an easy life. Some of you may relate, some of you may not. But essentially, it was very difficult for my dad to afford us toys. So he never really bought us toys. The only toys we were able to get were like toys that were donated to us and Salvation Army. And basically the crazy part is my love for Legos actually started in the Christmas of 1995, believe it or not. So we basically got a bunch of toys through the Salvation Army, and the first Lego set I ever had, it was the Ice Planet, the Lego 6898. It's like the IceSat V. It's like a little rocket transport. And as a kid, the toy was so unique to anything I've ever seen, because you build it, you break it apart, and then you can build whatever you want with it. And I'm telling you, as like at 95, I was about 4 years old. To me, it just blew my mind. Understand, this is the first Lego set I ever had as a kid. I kept on just building and rebuilding. And what's crazy is I would envision myself in like the Lego universe as a kid, right? So back in the day, many of you remember, is Lego used to have Lego catalogs. And when they had Lego catalogs, you basically just go through and, you look at all the cool sets that you could own as a kid, that you could wish you could own. But for me, it was, how do I say this? It was a pipe dream, basically. I couldn't afford any of it. My parents couldn't afford it. We were very poor as immigrants. And basically for me, I was in love with that set. And from there on, that was the first set I had, and it became my favorite toy. Anytime we would go to Toys R Us, just a window shop, I would always tell Dad, "Hey, Dad, can you buy this for me?" And obviously, we couldn't afford it, but, whatever. And yeah, so growing up, I had that set until eventually majority of the pieces became missing, right? So you can't really play that much. So we did one time, a little bit later on, we had it was like a Lego bucket, like one of those classic Lego buckets. It was like 400 pieces. And from there, I would have to share it with my brothers, and we would just build random stuff. As a kid, the thing I love about Lego sets is like, it really opened up my imagination. And for me, it's just like, I started to go to, kindergarten, first grade, second grade, and the only thing I wanted to do when I came home, I didn't even want to do homework. I just wanted to go play Legos. To me, it was such a cool, unique experience. And basically, yeah, I would, just build a bunch of stuff. And it was fun. Like, as a kid, a lot of you would understand, like, you become a nerd in that subject. And I was basically the biggest Lego nerd. So for me, it's like, yep, that's all I want to do, play Legos. And yeah, so years go by, and my dad actually takes me to Toys R Us, and he's, buys me a Lego set. It was only a $4 set at the time. It was the Lego Rescue. It was the 6431. Yeah, it was a it was just a little truck. But yeah, once again, like the happiness you feel as a kid getting a Lego set, man, it's like basically pure euphoria. You're just like all, yeah, nice, awesome. So I build my Lego, I build a little truck. Obviously, being a kid, you destroy it right away. You make a mess, make my mom step on Legos. But yeah, that's the part as a kid. But yeah, I would basically, I would build it, and you're in it, right? You're like, your mind is like in the own little Lego world. So then, a few years later, eventually all the pieces go missing because you're throwing around Lego pieces, you're rebuilding it 100 times, the box gets destroyed and everything. And yeah, and then so for another few years, I never had a Lego set for a while, and then once again, I get my third Lego set, which was a Lego Ninja set. It was the theme was called Lego Castle Ninja. It's a 6045. It's just like a ninja surprise. But that set was really cool because it wasn't really medieval theme, but it was classic theme, excuse me. That was where I was introduced to the whole sword fighting, the whole ninja thing, and yeah, same thing. I would just build that set, rebuild it, look at the catalog, wish I could own a bunch of other ninja themed sets. There was other themes that I really loved at the time, like the Lego Rock Raiders. I was obsessed with that one. That one I think is my second favorite theme. My favorite theme is the ninja set because it's a Lego set of my childhood, and I liked it so much I ended up buying that set recently at my local Bricks and Minifigs, and it's in solid condition. I hope to do a review on it one of these days. So yeah, hopefully get it soon. I do have a few other ninja sets. Like I have the biggest one. I think it's 6093. It's the Fortress Ninja one. And then I have another one. I think it's called 3053. It's the I'm trying to remember. I think it's it's Emperor something. I'll have to double check. But yeah, it's a solid set. And I just have it right now. It's in my office decor, and yeah, it's pretty cool. Basically from there, once I get my first job, well, where I'm blowing my money on, I'm buying Lego sets. And the funny thing is, my first job I was at 18 years old. I got financial aid through college, obviously grown up as a poor immigrant, I was basically poor most of my life, let's be honest. But, if I have any extra money to spend, I'll buy some Lego sets. And from there, I started to collect. I became a Lego collector. So I started collecting some of the earlier Star Wars sets. This was around the 2010 area. I bought some of the Indiana Jones, cool theme, which I really liked because it reminded me of the Lego Adventures theme from my childhood, which I obviously could not afford. But my brother did have there were 2 Lego Dino sets. They were cool sets. He would, he'd let me play with them. In our family, we weren't selfish with it. We were just like, hey, you play with my Legos, I play with your Legos. It is what it is. And a lot of times we just mix and match, build crap out of it. And yeah, that was basically childhood. So growing up, I'm graduating from high school, and I'm like, man, I still have the same passion with Legos as I did as a kid. I'm like, yo, that's awesome. Cool. So yeah, so from there I started to basically collect Lego sets as an adult, basically. And all I can say is it's a unique toy, right? It's not just something that you buy, you play with, and then you just throw it in the closet. You buy it, you break it apart, and yeah, and you just keep building and just build whatever. And the cool thing about like the Lego adults, the adult fans of Lego community, is some of the coolest mocks I've ever seen comes from guys and girls that are just very nostalgic from their childhood, and they have that creativity. They, you want to escape work and just enjoy that fun, and I respect it. I do. As somebody who's a massive fan myself, I love it. And basically, I want to I opened up this channel, just reviewing random Lego sets that I have, and sharing the joy with you guys. It's something that I want to continue doing. So yeah, I just wanted to tell you a little story, kind of how I became a Lego fan. To me, it was, like I said, it was a toy that meant so much for me because I didn't have many toys growing up. That's the unfortunate part of growing up like in the really poor. So any toy you have, you just really appreciate it. And for me, it just happened to be Legos. Like, I just love the idea of escaping reality and just go inside the little world, and just build stuff and imagine stuff. And yeah, it's pretty solid. I want to continue my Lego passion. Basically, I would love to hopefully grow this channel in the future, hopefully get it monetized. So yeah, if this is interesting for you guys, go ahead and hit that like, subscribe. I have so many Lego sets that I want to review in the future and, share that joy with you guys. To me, it's a massive passion. And yeah, I do some of the themes that I really liked. I do like the city themes. Those are fun. They're fun to build. They make good decoration, and obviously people will basically build a whole city in their basement or in their spare room, which is really cool. For me, I was more into unique themes. So my favorite themes, I would say, I really like the Indiana Jones and the Adventures themes. Those would be kind of in my top favorite. What's funny is Lego Castle Ninja is my ultimate favorite theme because it's so unique, right? We have Lego Ninja Go these days, right? But Lego Ninja Go, it's modern and it's cool. I like that theme. I have nothing against it. But something about that old classic, I would assume this is like the 1700s. The theme takes place because it's got muskets and swords and, things like that. But just the design and the architecture of it is like freaking amazing. Honestly, I love it. And the other themes I was really obsessed with was the 90s space themes. And, having my first Lego set as a ice planet, it really got me into that. And I really have high appreciation for that theme in general. I actually have a lot of the newer sets, the Lego Space ones, the City Space, and I reviewed a few. Go ahead, scroll through my channel, see, check out those reviews. But I have much more sets that I'm hoping to review in the future and basically, share that joy with you guys. But yeah, I just wanted to share that joy with you guys and basically what it means to be an adult fan of Lego. I'm more of a collector. However, I did do a lot of mock buildings. I had the program called the Lego Digital Designer. I built, just a bunch of random stuff on that. But I do want to give Lego Bricklink Studio a try. I hear it's a pretty good program. It's owned by Lego, I believe. So yeah, I appreciate you guys taking time and just hearing me out. And hopefully let's like and subscribe, and hopefully we can get this channel to be monetized one day, and I could spend more money on Legos and share my joy with you guys. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. This is Vic's Bricks, and I hope you have an awesome day.